Good afternoon. World War III is approaching. The question is, are we ready spiritually? There's too many dreams and visions being put out for years now about World War III is coming. Mystery Babylon, multitude of languages, multitude of tongues is right here in the United States. You can see the signs of what's going on, of Russia and China going against the United States and NATO. The United States has been on for a minute. It's like any other kingdom. Nobody could see the fall. When Greece was big, Persia was big, Egypt was big, Rome was big. All of these places were big, and nobody's seeing the fall. It's the same thing with the United States. They have a mentality of trying to pretty much bully a lot of places. If you don't do what they say, they sanction you. And so prophecy was written, what God has written of Gog and Magog. And so the question is being prepared of what's going on and basically doing a lot of praying. Financially, if you have the money to go, you can go overseas. I would say Africa or South America. If you don't have the money, I would say do a lot of praying. And God give you the strength. So the one dream I had dealing with the understanding of that war was God had me and my wife. We was on this boat traveling to South America. And as we was going to South America, 3 boats surrounded that boat that I was in. And when it surrounded the boat, our boat stopped. And then I looked at their ship, or one of the ships, and I could see like an opening in the side. So I jumped over the board and swam over to the other boat. And as soon as I swam to the other boat on that side, I climbed in there. When I climbed in there, a Chinese person, looked at me and pointed a gun at me and started speaking Chinese. And then the dream went away. So it was like kind of God telling me that, the United States will be surrounded on all sides. And it seems like Russia's going to come from the East Coast. You look at Henry Grover, the preacher. He said he's seen submarines parked on the East Coast. I believe China's going to hit the West Coast. And it's like too many signs showing that, and you talk to a lot of people. The problem is in these days and time, you talk to a lot of people and nobody listens. It reminds me of the time of Noah when the flood came and nobody was listening. It reminds me of the time of back then in that mind state where you could tell people about the United States falling to these 2 countries, but they have this G.I. Joe mentality, like, we can never be beat, like Superman, or we can never be beat. And I would say take it up in prayer, because I prayed about it. And be mindful of the end times of what's going on. I believe that's something that's going to happen. Putin is basically, Russia's the bear. And if you constantly keep poking that bear, just like they're doing with Ukraine, keep paying all this money to Ukraine to stop Russia paying, Russia could have been beat Ukraine a long time ago if the United States wasn't jumping in. But my thing is, we spending billions of dollars on Ukraine and we can't even afford jobs. The inflation is so high over here in the United States, you can't afford nothing. You can't afford nothing at all. And it's like they're making us pay for the bill that these people that are in power want to do that we don't even agree with. That's one thing I like to ask Putin is, before you do your thing, are you going to let the poor people out who don't agree with the United States? There's prophecy written is saying Gog and Magog will destroy the United States. So that's something to think about. Let me know what you think.